Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is your boy Jay from Keeping It Real, your arbiter of gaming news and commentary, hitting you off with a studio production video where you know this is your channel, where all gamers' voices are heard. With your boy Jay, always dropping the word. Keeping them other gaming YouTubers like, what you heard? And where you always know, we always keep it all the way real. So what's up, everybody? I just want to thank you all for checking out my studio production video today. And yeah, man, I'm bringing you another one of those original videos, man, on something I think is not really talked about a lot, you know, and this is Xbox game guys would know what I'm talking about. I wanted to dig into why Xbox achievement and gamer score is so important, and becoming increasingly more important as time is going on. And I want to talk about the impacts of it, because keeping it real, man, I haven't really been a person who, I'm by no means a achievement whore, or a person who, like, you know, is achievement completist. Like, you know, in every game I try to make sure I get each and every achievement that the game has to offer. By no means I'm a person like that. And the funny thing is, man, the years that I've gamed on Xbox, I mean, I pretty much gamed on Xbox since the beginning, but I've never really been a person that's really been, not that I consciously know or seen it as, that really sought after achievements. But just recently, like I would say in the last few months, I would say at least in the last few months, and also since I've gotten my PS4, there's been some interesting developments that I've noticed about myself, and just noticed about the whole idea of achievements and gamer score, that I didn't really necessarily see it like that before. And I wanted to really talk about that because I wanted to talk about the impacts that it has, and how it's, you know, how it actually is something that is a lot bigger than a lot of people give it credit for, and talk about why it is. So to start off, I've been a person that even my my gamer tag I have now, that's not my original gamer tag. It's an offshoot of my original gamer tag, because I started way back when, so far back that literally I was a kid, man, and I just didn't really pay attention to, you know, I've forgotten my email password. It's this old thing where I got, you know, I just wasn't able to recover it. And Microsoft, they was like, well, there's certain things you have to know on a failsafe, and I just didn't know them, and, you know, they just couldn't recover my old account. So what ended up happening is I just had to make another offshoot account. So of course I lost all my gamer score from that. But if I would have had more than double the gamer score I have currently now, if I would have kept that. But I digress. But the funny thing about it is that, as I've noticed, as over time, gamer score started becoming more important to me, because I started to notice the things I was getting from Microsoft. Microsoft has this interesting reward system to where there's kind of a couple of different tiers. There's one where you can get into a reward system where they have these credits for things that you do in gaming, or different things that you can do. They even have certain surveys that you can take. Just, it's all about gaming, you know, what your preferences, things that you like. They try to get your feedback, and it's a reward system, and it rewards you also off of your gamer score. And Microsoft has increasingly been doing more and more stuff like that, where I've gotten free games, I've gotten Xbox gaming credits that goes towards me buying new games, stuff like that. And it's been one of those things that they've increasingly started to do more. And there's going to be a new update to Gamerscore that's going to be really interesting. That's going to change the dynamics of Gamerscore. As you guys know, what's really cool about Xbox is that there's a whole system built around your Gamerscore, and you comparing it with your friends. It does things that no other platform does, that Sony and Nintendo's not doing, and it makes Gamerscore very dynamic and interesting, and you feel empowered about having a higher Gamerscore. And as you achieve more, you literally feel like you're advancing in a way that in a way of experience. You know, as we know as gamers, we like to level up. That's a huge thing, and I think Gamerscore gives you that impression, that feeling of leveling up or rising to another level. And it's interesting to see how you stack up to some of your other friends. And you know, that's been something that before I didn't ever really think a whole lot about, but as my Gamerscore is climbing, and as I'm seeing, you know, that it affects me in ways I never really thought of. So I'm gonna break this down. I think this is really funny. Part of the reasons why, you know, currently right now I have 3 PS4 games, and I have Uncharted, I have Ratchet and Clank, and what's the other one? I forgot. Uncharted. I always forget one of them. Every time I think about this. This is really sad, man. I always forget one of the games I got. And Infamous, of course. Second Son. And I realized that a big part of my incentives to play games is getting achievements and rising my Gamerscore, because I realized that one of the things, there's been 2 reasons that the reason why I don't really play even though I like these exclusives, mind you, I think those are 3 great exclusives from Sony, and for on the PlayStation, I think they're great. But the funny thing is, I realized that I don't really play them as much for 2 different reasons I'm gonna talk about. And one of them being something I didn't really expect. And I think that's what made me realize how important Gamerscore was, because I realized that I didn't have as much of an incentive, because they have an achievement where it's like, okay, well, of course you get trophies. And I don't really feel on my PlayStation trophies really matter. I feel like they're a tacked on feature that Sony basically try to, you know, be on par or say, hey, look, we got trophies. Okay, they got achievements in Gamerscore, we got trophies. But it's not really something that really matters. You can tell it's not like it is with Xbox, where it's actually a staple or a foundation. It's a big part of what Xbox is. With Sony, it's not like that at all, and I don't feel like there's anything I'm doing, you know, with getting a trophy. Like, it's just not the same. And I realized how much that impacted my incentive to want to play, more so than I ever would have thought. You know, and I think this is the reason why it compelled me to do this video, man, because I think it's one of those things where it's one of the most leastest things I would think would want to compel me to want to play a game. But interesting enough, it has an impact where I literally feel like, okay, I don't have as much as more of an incentive when it comes to, you know, their achievements, because it doesn't really feel like anything. You don't like, I feel more that I would be gaining more by playing an Xbox game and actually getting achievements that's gonna rise my Gamerscore than playing a PS4 game where it doesn't really do that. And that's really interesting. I wasn't really expecting to feel that way. And I'm still kind of tripped out about it that it's even a thing. But, you know, because I don't really consider myself as a person who's really been, like I said, I'm not an achievement type of person where it's like I'm that hardcore, gotta get all the achievements. But I see how much of an impact it is. Another thing I would say to it is, since, you know, PS4 is what their exclusives are really single player oriented. And that's always been a thing about me, especially with these guys who want to say Xbox has no games. It's really funny to me, because if you really look at a lot of PS4's exclusives, their single player experience. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm a type of person that I've realized that when it comes to games like Uncharted and, games like down on the PS4 exclusives, I feel like I don't want to play them as much because I feel like I'll beat them so fast and then I won't be having anything to play. Like, I feel like I have to prolong it out a little bit, because Uncharted's a game that really you could just beat in a couple of days if you really, I usually do no more than a 30-minute session, no more than an hour if so, but probably just 30 minutes, because I just don't really have the time. But anyone who really wants to beat it, they can beat it in a short period of time. I mean, it's not that many hours if you just really want to just go through it. And I feel like I limit myself from doing that because I want the game to last longer. It's pretty crazy, man, to think about it, that literally you have to understand a lot of these PS4 exclusives, they're made in such a way where you literally blow through them and you're looking to trade it in or just have it as a collector's item. I mean, you don't really still continue playing the game, and that's a lot of things that's missed on people especially when they want to start talking about Xbox has no games. There's still people who are playing Halo 3, Halo 4, Halo 5. Still people are playing Forza 6. Like, Xbox games are completely the opposite. Like, people still playing Gears of War 1. People are still playing Gears of War 1, dog. It's like, believe it or not, like, Xbox games are enduring. You'll still be playing them years and years to come. They're not games you just get it and you just trade it in because it's done. And I think that's a big thing that a lot of people just don't realize, especially when they want to talk about Xbox has no games. Like, I judge games by 3 different ways when it comes to 3 different pillars that are important to me. And number 1 is fun factor. Number 2 is replayability. And number 3 is longevity. I think, PlayStation has the fun factor that, I enjoy it as I'm playing it, but I literally try to limit myself so I can enjoy it for a longer period of time. Because it's one of those things where for replayability, it doesn't really have much of that. I mean, I couldn't see myself playing through Uncharted yet again. Maybe when they have some DLC, yeah, sure. But yeah, just playing through the story again, nah, I just don't think so. I couldn't see myself playing through Ratchet and Clank yet again once I beat it. Like, it's not one of those things where I see it, it's gonna have that much replayability. I mean, yeah, maybe there's some things you miss, some collectibles, sure, you know what I mean, going back in to grab those and do whatever, but let's just keep it real. Like, as for real long replayability, actually replaying the game, like, give you an example, Borderlands. Like, Borderlands 2 was a game I played over and 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 over again, because it had mechanics and it had content and it had substance in it it wasn't just a linear story that you just played through and it was done. It had so much more to it. And I think that's how Xbox games are geared. They're geared more of a social experience. They're geared more of a longevity game and a replayability game and the fun factor. It has all 3. And a lot of games on the Xbox side, or exclusives on the Xbox side, are like that. They're games that you'll continue to play for years to come. And I realize how much of big of an impact that is in regards to achievements, because achievements and gamer score goes hand in hand with that. Like, if you really think about achievements, it gives you more incentive to have to another layer. It adds another layer of completing a game, because you're chasing after the achievements as well as playing the game, and it adds another layer of enjoyment every time you see that achievement pops up on your screen, and that little sound effect, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, it's like, to me, I feel like it's become just as important as an actual level up. When you actually level up and you see that level up, and then you could, now you become more powerful and more experienced. Your character, I kind of feel that same feeling every time the game, the achievement score pops up. It's like, and as you see your score grow, and as Microsoft starts, you see how it compares and stacks up to your friends. I think Microsoft has done a really good job to have you feel, even before the new update to achievements, that achievements matter and they're important. You know what I mean? And I think I'm finally starting to really come to realizing how important and impactful it really is. And it's a wonderful thing, man. It's one of those things where it's really funny, but it's one of those things that I think keeps me really incentivized to really play more of Xbox games as opposed to any other platform. It's one of those things that makes you feel like you're really geared into it. You really want to get your score up, you know, and you feel really excited about it because of the things that Microsoft does with your gamer score to make you feel that way, you know. And I think that's a really unique thing that you don't get with any other platform. And I thought it was worthy to really talk about it, because really, honestly, man, I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. This is something I'm experiencing for myself that I really never really personally thought about. Like I said, this is something I'm just noticing from my own personal, you know, conscious way of thinking about this. You know, in, you know, getting my PS4, or, you know, not, you know, a couple months ago, and the differences between my incentives for playing them. You know what I mean? And that's really interesting, man, because I don't know how much of an impact that will be leading forward in the future, because I do know Microsoft is going to do a huge update to not only the achievement and gamer score, but they're going to do a huge update to your avatars. It's going to be a bigger emphasis on achievements and gamer score and avatars, which I think is really cool and I'm excited for. And I think it's just more power for the course. It's one of those things where Microsoft just continues to keep getting better on this, man. And wasn't even expecting how much this would impact me. And I was also wondering, you know, speaking out to the guys that does have Xbox who are proud of their gamer score and it is a thing, I wanted to hear from you guys, man, in the comments. What do you guys think about gamer score? Give me your story about what you personally think about it. Has it incentivized you? Do you have the same thing? Has this happened to you where you feel like, wow, you know, it gives you an extra layer of incentive where it makes you feel like you really want to complete the game and get these achievements? And have you, tell me your benefits from your achievements, anything you've gotten, or have you joined some of Microsoft's achievement reward clubs that they have for you know, gamer activity? Because I'm sure you guys know about the rock stars of the Xbox players who've gotten like 1 million gamer score or 100,000 gamer score. I know you guys know a lot of the benchmarks where you're basically a gaming rock star, and I really think that whole prospect is a really cool thing. So yeah, man, you guys hit me up in the comment box, tell me what you guys think. That's gonna be my video for today. You know, make sure you like, share, subscribe if you dig your boys' content, and become a part of the Keep It Real's family, man. Until the next time, this is Jay. I'm always keeping it real, and I'm gone.